Okay, everybody, I am very excited to be starting this stream tonight. I'm gonna pause that before I forget. Unmute the game. Okay. Oof, my audio click right now is bad. Whoa, before I dive into this, I wanted to check something. Let's see how much this breaks things. You there? Not really at all, huh? Let's... That's okay. Interesting. Still happening. I'm gonna try and change an audio setting on my mic real quick. This might hurt. Actually lessened it. That's interesting. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna shut this down, see if it helps. It's actually so bad right now. I wonder if it's because VoiceMod's stuck. Every stream is going to start with me debugging audio, apparently. All right, well, that didn't fix really anything, except I think I realized I don't need that anymore. Which is very interesting. Okay, we're going to get into what has become one of my favorite games. Easily one of my favorite factory games right now. I've played this a bunch. I wonder if there's an easy way of looking at my game stats. Not quickly. So we're gonna start a new game in this, and this is the default island. I've never played any other islands. I'm a little apprehensive too. This one says it's difficult, and I don't know if it's because of the resources that are required of me, but there's some limitations on certain things. What I've learned, so this is your default island. It starts with 54k water. This is one of the most annoying ones to run out of, and happens pretty accidentally. At least it has to me. There's a good sense. This is advanced. Why is it advanced? There's more water. There's more of a lot of things. What I would love, I usually do is I do a 25% increase just to get me through a little bit more. You can sort of tweak things as you go here. We don't really need this. But I've never had that on either. What is quick repair? All right. This is what we're gonna do. Power per belt. Oh, that would be horrible. Huh. I need to check something. Okay, it's still there. So it's not me. And they don't sound as good. All right. Hmm. Oh, no. How do I turn the volume? Interesting. Okay. So I have, just to explain what's going on here. EQ APO on my main headphone output. And it's caused a crackle recently, and I don't know why. And I don't know how to get rid of it. And it's actually driving me insane. I like using these headphones. I like using this output on my mic. But boy, is it the worst. I'm hoping it's because of peace. I really don't know for sure. Okay, so this is our new little town. Oh, I gotta look at this island. I haven't done this at all. So let's look at the layers real quick. This is our new island for captive industry where we just try to automate things. That's it. That's the whole point. As far as I can tell, it's just automation. And I freaking love it. So we're gonna dive into this and see how far we can get this evening. At some point, this may turn into a commentary-less playthrough, as my wife will call as she's out of town. But right now, though, we're going to get started. So the first thing we typically need to do is look at our different buildings and get some basic ore refinery or refining going. And that kind of happens automatically at first. Well, not automatically at all, but it'll make sense in a minute. So what we need to do is we need to make a coal maker for starters. And I am going to put this over by the... where's the iron, actually? Layers? So iron is this kind of reddish one over here. Oh, that's nice, actually. It's right there. But the water's over here. Okay. This is one of those games where you really just can't do it too well the first playthrough, but after that, it gets a little bit easier. So we need to make a coal maker, which we can't really put right here because it's going to get destroyed by the iron eventually. But like right here is a good spot for it. And we want to put... Do we have any storage at the moment? Not really. We do have housing, and the housing has the food market, but it has no waste collection, which honestly, I think it'll start over here for now. And then I might have just screwed something up already, but we can rebuild it later. We start recycling this abandoned communication center, which will give us iron scrap. And we can get all that going. We need to also mark some areas, some trees, treed areas for cutting. Can I even get up there? We're about to find out. We're gonna put this on triple speed and just see if they can make it. Otherwise, it's gonna be a bit of a problem to start with. Can they crawl up this little lip here? All right. I still can't tell. So we need to give this a truck. It'll assign a truck to this tree harvester, which will get us lumber. But it doesn't have anywhere to take the lumber right now because I don't have any storage buildings. We'll see how this goes. All right. So coal maker is up here. It's going to make coal, but it's also going to create pollution. So we'll give it a smokestack really quick. And we have our metallurgy is where? Here. So blast furnace, metal caster, a single blast furnace should be able to handle 2 metal casters, which we'll put like so. It's not pretty, but it will work. And then we'll do, so these are molten channels. They can only transport on the ground, and they can only transport molten fluids. The machine, or the blast furnace here, has 2 outputs, and it needs some waste management as well. I don't think we can get up here. Let's just see where they go. Oh, they can. Okay, they're going to cut through here. So we'll do these trees as well, just to get them out of the way. Let that thing kind of decide where it wants to go first. And then right away, we also need to build some research centers. Now, I can put the tier 1s down here because they don't really need a whole lot of space. But later, it becomes important to have these near some sense of your actual industry. And then immediately I want to put a dumping station. Is this a hill? This whole thing is a hill. So we're going to start here. Flatten out this hill. And then come down. Actually, honestly, I just need it to be like 2 wide. To 0. I know it's really hard to see because of the way the colors are. Let's remove these 6 here. So now what'll happen is as waste is produced, it will dump, it'll dump the waste here. And it should make a ramp for us that'll give us a bit of a shortcut into the sandy section here. It's really interesting. I've never started on a sandy section before. I've also never done this on this monitor before. I replaced my monitor recently, and this is interesting for sure. So this is going to produce enough coal for a little while, but we see on the right here, this panel says our coal is red, which means it's going down. Now, that's not a big deal. It just literally went up, so it just is a slight trend downward. As we can see here, we're consuming some, we're gaining some, and it is it's doing okay. But this is our quantity trend, so it went up a bit, and then it started to come down. It's coming back up again. We'll just keep it on it for now. It's gray, which means it's fine. Our iron plates are going down. That's not really a big deal. Now that we have some research stations, we can start researching. The tech tree in this game is quite large. I have never gotten to the end of it, but that's not because I haven't been able to. It's more of just I haven't finished that playthrough yet. My most recent one, I'm around stage 3 here. I'm right around this area. Started to work on some of that. Excuse me. And that's where we ended up. But this is what we need to get going pretty quickly, is some construction and some farming. So we'll do this. And then some digging as well. Vehicle mining. Okay, we'll get some bricks going. Our beacon. Storage. And some basic diesel. That's kind of the order I think that we need to start with. It may not be exact. And so early on in the research centers, the more of these you have, the faster it goes, but it requires workers. So this number up here is how many workers I have that aren't currently doing anything. And if you don't have workers, your buildings don't work. Pretty simple, really. This will last us a while, but one of those researches I queued up lets us actually start digging into the earth. There we go. We just finished construction 1, which means we can now make the assembly manual. Now, I have found that you kind of want to localize your production, but I don't know where to do that on this map. And we just finished basic farming. So let's do this for now. Face this way and put you here. And this is really all we can accomplish right now, is we can make some mechanical parts. That's about it. These guys are actually casting our molten iron into iron plates, but we don't have room for any right now. We don't have a storage facility. Now, I gotta figure out where to put a farm, which is, I think, what makes this map a little bit trickier, is there's not like a localized farming area, which was very easy to find before. I could flatten some of this land out eventually, but I don't have enough trucks for it. So we're just gonna have to put it here, I think. Trying to use as much of the space as I can. And this will produce potatoes for our village here, for our little encampment. I love the storage containers, right? Okay, and then we also just finished a couple other researches. We can build the vehicle depot now, which is incredibly important. Let's just put you... I always end up moving the vehicle depot quite a bit. Put it here for now. This will help us actually make a few more vehicles so that we have more logistics. At the outset of this game, you rely on these little blue trucks for everything. They move everything around. They do it automatically, but in these more recent updates, there are some upgrades and you can restrict what routes they move around on. This seems kind of like a fix to something that was no longer a problem. So there used to be issues with the pathfinding of these trucks. Like, they would just sort of do whatever they wanted and they would get stuck a lot of the time. Here, look, we got a little trash pile. Now, that's not the case. They fixed the pathfinding quite a bit. But it seems like maybe on top of that, they also added these route options. All right, we do need to make these maintenance depots. These are tricky because they require resources from things like this. But I don't need them to be that close. Should spread out a little bit. So maintenance is a weird resource. Right here we see we've got 0% maintenance. I'm not really sure anything is actually consuming maintenance right now, but it does. It's just sort of this like passive requirement that exists where everything sort of needs it. Nothing, it doesn't get delivered anywhere. It just exists and is consumed passively. So right now it says that our global need is about 11 and we're producing none. I cannot stop yawning. I'm very sorry. All right. This is done. We have an excavator we can assign and a couple trucks. We're going to edit this area. So this is where our vehicle will mine. And they can be pretty big areas. And now we have mining destinations, which I typically like to start by making this as flat as possible and then digging down. Like this. So what we see here is all of this area that it's digging, it's going to try to level to this sort of ground level +3. I don't know why it's +3 in particular. Maybe the base level of the world is 0. Can't tell. So this truck is going to start digging out here, which is mostly iron. And this machine can take, right now, only scrap. But we can also let it take iron. I'm going to leave it at scrap. I want to get rid of this nonsense. I've never done it like this before. But we're going to put 2 storage units here. One for coal and one for iron ore. And then down here, I'm going to put one for dirt and sand. No, rock, sorry. Which are sort of the other products that it's collecting. So you got iron ore in here and sand. It just needs somewhere to put the sand, so it'll keep collecting the iron ore. Now, I'm going to do this. And for these second ones, what we can do is we can tell it... wait, what are we building here? Rock. But I want to keep you like mostly empty. And ooh, I'm not going to do that to dirt. Dirt is actually really important at the beginning. So by telling my system here to keep this empty, it should allow it to be thrown away. We'll see. And that will help fill up this sort of ramp faster, which stops my cars from going all the way around here. Now we got another tree going, or tree harvester, which is good. And we can actually do this now, which sort of gets in the way of passing, and I kind of hate that. I'm going to put this like this. And we're going to build... So this will be for logs. And we'll build another one of these right here. And then we'll actually like schedule this one for deconstruction. And then let's see. I think we can't really plunk this on here because the waste machine's in the way. Waste machine? Yeah, it is in the way. And the pipes aren't any better. So if we want to store some charcoal. Oh, I've already got it here. Cool. So this is actually pumping out coal for us is what's happening. But we'll get a little surplus of wood. And because the exit is connected to the entrance of the coal burner, it'll just automatically pump out wood. Or coal, which then we can store the surplus in here. And these guys will go. So since we are going to be expanding our workforce, or the need for our workforce, I'm going to come right over here onto the edge, and we're going to build a lighthouse. And that way we can get more workers. Like, we're already... Why is this bar like this all of a sudden? I've never seen it like that. Okay, so what's wrong with you? Low power. At the beginning, we can use diesel generators to produce power. I'm just going to create a little water storage here. So the rain will be collected here. These are actually like really effective, and that's partially because I set the thing to a little bit easier. One thing we can also do now start storing our crafted iron down here. Eventually we'll need some copper storage. I want to leave a space for some vehicles to get through here. We'll also need electronic storage and mechanical parts storage. So we can do brickworks now as well. Brickworks is a big problem early on. How we doing? 340. I just gotta keep an eye on it. If it gets too low, we can't really build like anything. So the right now we have 140 like houses for workers, and we have 18 workers. They will populate naturally over time. They'll procreate here. The total population of our housing goes up a lot faster. Sorry, not the total. The amount of people we have on our island goes up way quicker if we're able to turn on this lighthouse and power it. It doesn't have power right now, and I have just realized that my camera is over top of something important. There you go. That's better. So this on the left here that I've just covered, it just notifies me as research is done. So it really doesn't need to be seen. All right. So we really have to get going on some power, which means we need a diesel generator, which means we need oil. So where's the oil at? There's some right here, but it's fairly limited. Now, you can put these anywhere. We're going to cancel this one. So I don't like where I put it. I'm going to do it like this. And let's put a crude oil storage here. Like that. There's some weird nuances in the piping and stuff like that, and how it connects and how it gets angry and when it doesn't. But we do need to build a diesel generator to power these things, which is not ideal. All right. So the crude oil generator we'll put out here for now. And we'll connect a pipe like so. It's going to take crude oil and coal to create diesel and wastewater and exhaust. So we got to use our waste management to get rid of the exhaust. Then we will store the diesel, and we will connect up to it a diesel generator. And then we have to take a pipe and come all the way back out here. And then add a different kind of waste management, a new kind of waste management for us, which is going to be this waste pole. Now, this is not really ideal. You don't typically want to block this much traffic because these cars can't go over or under this pipe. You can build pipes and all manner of storage except for the molten cores or the molten like channels vertically and with slopes in them and different grades of verticality in them. But only certain vehicles can get underneath the max height ones, and it's just these small vehicles. And eventually we'll upgrade all of our trucks, our excavators, everything to a larger machine. There we go. We now are producing 960 kilowatts of power. So we're good. So we can power our thing again. And we'll be creating new oil here soon. Now, our brickworks is a different beast. I would like it to be up here for a few reasons. One, it's near our coal surplus, and we can put a dirt surplus here as well. Actually, let's just bring coal down here because dirt is down here. We can collect water down here. Yeah, we're gonna put this like here, and we'll put a rainwater extractor here. I really don't want this to be in the way. They're huge is part of the problem. All right, so here's where we'll do some verticalness. Let's stretch this out until it creates a second pillar. Now the pipes are really nice because they can go straight up and down. The conveyor belts that you get eventually and the chutes can't do that. They have to slope, which is annoying because they take a lot more space as a result. I need to delete this actually. Cancel, because we're going to want this to build up a surplus if we can. So we need to storage and get some fluid storage going in here. Leave a little room in case we need to pipe off of this. And go like this. Cool. I hate that. Hate that. Just be straight up and down. So right now what happens is if I get too close to it, it can snap to it, and you can turn that on and off with R, or it turns on and off the snapping. It's really not a big deal. With the pipes, you can just sort of change the angle you're at as well. With the chutes and things, it's terrible. What's wrong with you? Iron sand. Oh, biscuits. So we'll do the same thing for sand. We'll put maybe just on this side, loose storage like this, and we'll make it sand. And then we'll make it sand again, and we'll empty it. We won't need sand for a good while. All right, we got new refugees. We're up to 123 out of 140. I'm going to pause this. And we have 100% upkeep now because we have electricity. There's a cargo dock to start trading if we wanted to. We're not really there yet, though. Okay, let's look at our technology. Which apparently I forget how to do. Copper refinement we need real bad. Synthetic rubber we can use as well. Captain's office can't hurt. Ship dock repair, why not? And then construction 2 is sort of the next phase. Actually, before we do that, we want ramp. Okay. Moving and cruising now. I'm curious to see, so this is now full. You can tell it visually they get bigger as they fill up, which means our farm is going to be pumping out stuff. I think I can use a loose storage for potatoes. Yeah, it works. Just to build some excess. All right, so before we get into the copper part, now that we're making bricks, I want to do a couple things. So we need to build these other 4 parts, which means we need our assemblers here. And I forget how to put it in planning mode. B, okay. These might be a little too close together for the way I like to do things, but we have to at least get these 3 going, and then this can be last. That's one of everything, and yeah, start with that. So copper is pretty much the same. We'll need to make another excavator, which we do have. But where's our copper at? Copper's greenish. It's going to be up here, and it's going to be over here. That's a big old node of copper there. I want to say for transportation's sake, we're going to go over here. I've never done this before, but I may end up just totally moving our campsite. I got to go turn off the lighthouse. Okay, it is paused. Good deal. We can also make synthetic rubber now. So let's build a mining tower. Now, I meant to do this last playthrough. Let's turn the layers off real quick. But I'd like to keep a lot of my mining towers like relatively close together. And then just label them, you know? We might have to do that like down here though. They're so small, they don't really get in the way. If I put them in the wrong spot, they will be in the way. We don't really want to take... Okay, this area is probably good while it's not flat, especially. So we'll do this as a copper mine. Edit the area. And the area doesn't have to be anywhere near them. So we'll do this. Oh, there is a limit there. Hello? For some reason I thought they had like removed this limit. Cool. Do that. Do 2 of those. Layer, not layer. We need to mine. We're gonna mine. How do I want to do this here? Honestly, I feel like the best way to do this is to actually go down. Like into the copper back here. So about 2. And then flatten this out. Now, the difficult part here is we're going to mine a lot of stuff that's not copper. But it should be fine. And then we'll put some raw storage probably up here. Can I even get up here? Let's look at that mining cut again. So we can do it over here. So raw storage will be copper. Well, let's actually copper. I don't really need this right now. What's taking so long? What am I missing? I don't have any building materials. Oh no. Okay. Ah, this is a problem. All right. We get some back when we demolish things. 23. What do I need? 4-hour trading depot thing. 75 wood. Yes, this is your safety net. I do this pretty much every time. I'm gonna block everything here if I'm not careful. Really? Now, this has to be a high, I'm just gonna quick deliver it. High priority. Trade with a village. I don't. Hello? I need. This is not what I need. All right, we may have screwed the pooch already. I can't do this. Oh no. I can't make power because I can't finish this because I don't have building materials. Oh my gosh. How do I get the building? Okay. We should let the research finish. Let everything go. Let the research finish. Haha! Life hack. Take one of your assemblers that's already built and make it build what you need to do. And hopefully you're not going to run out of bricks in the meantime. I am very glad I built you. Okay. So we keep getting this notification about our farm not having enough space to output the potatoes, which means our potato storage is either full or non-existent. We're going to turn off that notification because I don't care. And then for this, we have to set it to don't, yeah. Yum. So we have this dock here that can be repaired for 75 building materials, which is nuts. And then we can repair the boat. And then the boat can go out on excursions, and this map gets pretty big. All right, so there's a couple reasons things aren't being built now. One, most of what I've put down is in planning mode. That's okay. So like this won't be built because it was built with planning mode. At least I think it won't be built. It doesn't, did I not ever? I never actually turned it on. Okay. Pause you. Pause you. Pause you. Don't build these things yet. Yeah, focus on the brickworks. You can probably pause this for now as well. So when you build something in build mode, it basically just automatically pauses everything that you're doing. Or not like everything you're doing, but it pauses the construction queue on that building. So it would sort of skip it. So now if we look at our research queue, we're like getting to the point where we are almost automating things with conveyor belts. The big problem with conveyor belts is they're very expensive early game because for you to make a conveyor belt, you actually need rubber and level 2 building materials, which we're not even close to doing yet. So and then like there's all sorts of helpful stuff, irrigated farms, groundwater pumps, so we can pump water out of the ground, not rely on these massive rainwater harvesters. But we'll get there. Research is basically paused for the moment though, because all of this takes level 2 research materials and a level 2 lab, which we don't have yet. So this is really where we're focused, is getting bricks. This is our main focus right now, unfortunately. Whoops. You guys still don't have a place for sand. Are these paused? No, they're not. Okay. It'll get there. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if we're... Okay, we are actually still working through iron, though. Got a lot up here. it's spewing out as much as it can. I'm stockpiled by this, which we have enough trucks. It says we're stable. There's just not enough demand for it right now. What if we... So we can boost this. It takes 25 unity a month, or 0.25. We're creating 0.122. That is basically made here. Like, as far as I can tell, this is the main impact on unity. It's like how happy your citizens are, and we're at a plus 0.1% happiness. The happier they are, the more maintenance they have, the less pollution there is, the more unity they produce. So sometimes they can get sick. Right now, this is what it is. And we can boost this production, which basically turns off the power requirement. This building doesn't need power though. As well, it turns off, or it sort of just doubles the speed by consuming twice as many resources. We're struggling with coal right now. It's coming down again. So I think what we want to do is build another coal burner, but you just can't because we need the resources. I would like to add, I know I'm clogging up an already clogged queue, but I'd like to add one of these numbers to it, and we're going to spread it out a bit so that there's some lanes that they can sort of drive through. But hey, we're making bricks. For the immediate future, we just place these together because they'll just output right into it. But when you get conveyor belts, it makes more sense to spread them apart a bit, I feel. Yes, come on, sand. Ooh, look at this. So we can set priorities, making sure that they're looking for copper, exposed copper ore before they'll dig through dirt. Same with our iron dude here. Who's missing? There he is. Prioritize scrubbing through the iron ore before you like move sand to get to the iron ore. How we doing? So it's kind of drizzling right now, and our water production is going up, which is good. This doesn't use a like small amount of water, but it's slow enough that we should be okay. I'm gonna take a quick break here. So, how are we doing? We got 77 of this now, and it's going up at a pretty good pace. And we're actually starting to dig up some copper, I think. Yep, very briefly. Oh, that's a trek, isn't it? Oh, boy. Wait, why? That's where you started digging? I mean, I guess. That's going to slow down production quite a lot. I really need you over here. Yeah, what the heck? I want you to start here. I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to hope it will. And do one of these numbers. So this will be copper. And then we need 2 metal casters again. And we'll need a smokestack. Some molten channels. Hello? There we go. Now, this is where this one gets a little different. We need to sort of fix up the copper. And I don't remember how well this works. But what I do know is we need to collect rain water. There was like a displacement technology or something where you could research it and it would automatically like remove machines from or like trees and stuff from underneath machines. Look at this, very busy. We need more. We are going to unpause. That's not what I wanted. Pause. To resume the construction of these 3 guys. Okay, so you're making machine parts or construction parts. You're making electronics. You're making, we're going to say, mechanical parts. What are you making? Nothing important right now, that's for sure. But we don't want to be stingy. No, I've turned yours off, right? I don't know what you're doing. This one is going to be for... Oh, wait, we already have those? They're backwards. I screwed that one up real good. It's not too late. We can move these assembly buildings. Set that to electronics, and that to that, and then we can put conveyor belts between them when we're ready. And cancel all these. So, when we have stabilized our production of the base level units, we'll set a couple, like 2 of these to make these construction parts, and then another one to make the level 2 construction parts. That's kind of how I'll try to do it. And our ramp is complete. That's freaking great. So we need a ramp over here. Oh, we just need to get rid of all these trees. There's too many trees. They will be gone soon enough. So we'll flatten this out. But like right here. Switch it to downward. So what's cool is if they can already get up here, they'll just sort of dump it off the edge and it should just like fall down. Got water for the electrolysis. It's gonna spit out some copper. Okay. What are we building that it's stuck by? Look at this, extremely busy. How many vehicle parts do we have? We can build a few more of these, huh? That's probably too many, to be honest, because we're not making the rubber yet, but we can. So rubber making is just coal and diesel. So it's fairly simple to put over here, because all it does is consume the diesel. But it also outputs sludge or whatever this is called, polluted water. And if we could, we would have a little, you know, bit of charcoal there, but we don't. I do think we need to add another one of these. And probably another one of these. And we're gonna do something a little different. I don't typically do this. We'll take that down. And we'll put a waste management one kind of here. And see if we can actually like handle this, because these do have a throughput where there's only so much that they'll eliminate or off gas per second. And we can also see this number is going down, which is really bad. So we need to come down here and make another one really quick. And we need to make this the priority. If this drops, it's really bad. How are we doing on people? Extremely busy, but we got lots of, we don't have very many unemployed workers though. Everything's going down. Oh. Early stage logistics games, you know? They went back around. Okay, I think what I need to do is actually just remove all of this section. Kind of everything that's on the back side here, I gotta get rid of. There we go. Get your booty back over here, you stupid excavator. We would have loads of copper right now if you could do your job right, but you know, can't. Instantly, that has stabilized by making a couple of more trucks. So it's only two of it's pumped out 2 more dump trucks and eliminating that path that it was currently doing. It's eased up things. Although actually, I wonder if it really has because there's a restriction on how many trucks go back and forth to that excavator based on how many are assigned to it. Okay, so we are gonna run out of space here in a second. Not space, of let's pause this one. I just want to have these here so I know what area to not take up. And I want to put this on this side. And we won't allow an import or an export from here, because what'll happen is it will slowly consume those until they're gone. And then we can open up this one and destroy that one because it's in the wrong spot. So we're short 4 workers right now, and that means those trucks are just gonna sit there. Unfortunately, it does look like they've not joined here, which is just the worst. Why aren't they, Captain's office. So what we can do here is use our income of Unity to put out these edicts. So I'm going to say, look, guys, get to working. Let's grow that population faster. It is basically using all of our Unity. So we're at plus 0.7. I think if I don't know if it's taking that into account up here yet. That might have put us into negative Unity. We'll see in a second. This number here, when we do something like quick deliver, where it takes all of those resources and teleports them to where they need to be, consumes from the total earned Unity. We got some new refugees. Look, we got workers. It's working. Got everything going well enough. They still haven't built this. Oh, I paused it. Say, I guess I had planning mode on for that one. Ooh, we can repair. Oh, wait, yeah, no. We are repairing this one soon. So we're going down in vehicle parts. Knew that. We're not making vehicle parts. That's why. We want to do that. Boom, 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 boom. -2 already? I added 1 place, and it keeps. Yes, refugees. Good job. Keep on coming. Oh, look, we're at -30 right now because of the population edict. Turn that off. We do need to earn some Unity. I can't really afford to be in the negative just yet. So Do we have any other housing markets? We don't. Housing additions. Still doing fine on power. These guys are confused. No, they're just full. I am doing this one wrong. What we want is this and this full. There's gonna be no surplus the way I'm doing it. Dummy. All right, how are we doing over here? You're outputting fine. I don't want you to be able to do that. Ooh, you know what I just realized? Okay, this is still being recycled, but at some point we're gonna run out of scrap here. And I'm just gonna planning mode this, because we'll need another one of these very soon. I'm gonna do this one a little differently. Have I mentioned that planning mode is not that helpful? Because there's not like I'm way as far as I can tell to mass unplan something, like to say, okay, yeah, go ahead and build this section. Okay. New refugees coming in again. Still doing okay on that little population size. When the refugees are coming in, they tend to fill up our camp really fast, which is good, except... Where's my tree cutter? What are you doing? Wait. See how that impacts things. How we doing on a yield ramp over here too? Not bad. I don't think we're using it quite yet though. Sorry. Anyways, what I was doing was metallurgy, metal caster. And we're gonna put them in like this. Nice and tidy. Except it's not going to do scrap, it's going to do iron ore. And this one very soon will do iron ore as well. Once we're out of scrap, we'll go ahead and do iron ore. Actually, we could have put a storage unit down for scrap, I think, because eventually you can recycle some resources into their scrap components and use those, but I haven't really found that to be like super beneficial. This isn't going to be for copper. Cool. Planning mode turned off for all this, so we're just gonna roll with it. How we doing? 180 out of 210. New refugees. Okay, let's pause this. I think we're doing okay for our vehicle number, but it could be faster. Where's my guy? What on earth are you doing? Oh, it needed gas. Okay, so this is a big problem with the early stage logistics. Whenever vehicles get low on gas, they have to go fuel up at like that big diesel storage tank that we used, which means our little delivery truck guys just go and park over by the mining tower. We can fix that once we start producing more of these guys. I am very curious as to why. Oh my gosh. Okay. So when you hook up a building together like this, it automatically turns off the trucks exporting wood to it, which means nothing can be dumped in here from a vehicle, but the first one can receive from vehicles and it can't be picked up from by vehicles. And I hadn't assigned it, so it wasn't allowing wood to go anywhere, which is why we weren't chopping any trees. And then on top of that, the if you were to do it the other way, so if you put an identified storage unit at the back and then put an empty one in front of it, it'll force the resources into it and then label it that way. So it's really just, I did it so backwards. But yeah, this is going well. I think it's going okay. So one of the things that we have to keep a watch for is these layers, or like how much of this resource we have. So oil is one that's going to disappear pretty quickly, and I will need to find somewhere to get it from. There is another oil vein or two. Oh, it's just one other one. There's this guy here, right? Massive oil or iron node back here. Yeah, not a ton of oil. And it'll be gone. The water table is another one. So over time, as you pump this groundwater out, it'll consume it all. It'll go away. So you got to keep an eye out for that. You can purify seawater, but it's pretty complicated. You can also just import this stuff once you set up good logistical trade routes. I'm going to delete these because I don't need them anymore. And make sure we're actually going to be going into copper here soon, right? Gosh, this is going to end up being a big problem. I think I will go ahead and put a dirt storage unit here, like I have over by the bricks, right? And we'll set this to be dirt, and we want to keep it empty like that. So that takes the distance of these guys delivering dirt right out of the picture. We're up to 1.7 plus unity, so if we need more workers, I can actually activate that edict now, but I won't be doing that anytime soon. I've got 42 spare workers, and our vehicle situation is stable. We are making more of these, so I might go ahead and add a few more of these trucks on there. Let's see here. So now you guys should just be trucking like to here. I might do... one like that and make it rock, and also just keep it a little empty. So these guys will just dip back and forth while my man here digs into the copper, which, if I remember correctly, is like right here. Yeah. Yeah, we're almost on it, actually. Okay. Much better, much better, much better. Fixing up logistics is a good thing. So where is... So this is building... How are we doing on bricks? Okay. Lumber's coming back. That's all going up. So what we'll do now is do another one of these. It's not boosted, but by copying the other assembler, it is doing better, or it is keeping that recipe. And then out here, another distance from this, we'll set to construction parts 2. And we'll put a storage unit in front of it for construction parts 2. All right, we're making construction parts. This is good. What that will allow us to do Where did it go? Oh no, I must have missed something in the research. Oh, balls. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. I do still need these because we weren't done the tier 1 research. I looked at construction 2 instead of lab 2. Dang it. Okay, this is great. We can get the fuel station, start working on the conveyors. They're last. Groundwater pump, crop rotation. We'll do this actually. Settlement water's good. Vehicle management, this is where we can do those routes, but I don't really need to do that, if I'm honest. And does this require lab 2? No, it doesn't. Housing 2 is a good idea. Terrain leveling's helpful. Tree planting, not so much. Like that. Oh, I'm so dumb, man. I could have been researching this the whole time. That's so frustrating. The fuel station's huge though. So what we can do, I don't know what you're doing, is take one of these nodes. Oh, I don't have a storage thing for the rubber. That's an assembly. Nope. Balls. This is what I want. So I'm not storing any rubber anywhere, which is kind of nuts. Let's look at these again. Where's the water at? So I got a big pump here and a big pump here. That will be good for my farms, I guess. I need all this out of the way. While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go into our buildings and I'm going to build a mine control tower. Now, this one is excavation. Assign 2, and we'll try and build another excavator if we have enough stuff for it. We're almost done the fuel station research as well. We got some rain coming in to fill up our water caches. All right, so we have to make this fuel station. I'm going to put it over here. That, and then let's see. You guys haven't seen this yet. Small ramp? No, either. Ain't even close, dog. All right. We have a bit of concrete, which I think oh, no, I don't. I don't need concrete until we get into the bigger ones. Awesome. So this is just a way in case they need to cross, they can. because they can't go past like any of this. There's not enough space. It can be a bit of a problem. But what's happening here is we'll assign a couple trucks to this and then make a couple more. And what these trucks will do is they'll just collect the diesel from the fuel station and they'll drive around and fill up on behalf of all the other trucks. So we don't want the trucks to be able to pick up diesel here anymore. We want them to get it from here and from our boys here. They'll go and deliver to everybody. That should stop our excavators from driving around so much. Now, in a minute, we'll have this terrain flattening feature. For right now, you can see we've got these little hills here, which we could really, really, really use a bit of a flatten on. Now, typically, the way that I do this is I'll set an area to be flattened like this.